Here's a holiday surprise from NVIDIA, the Jetson Orin Nano Super Developer Kit. I asked Jensen to explain it to me.
And please, speak as you might to a young child or a golden retriever.
And it runs CUDA and cuDNN and TensorRT. You could create an agentic AI that reasons and plans. So you could use it for a robot, you could use it for a workstation. It's an incredible computer. What do you guys think?
From this, I was able to gather the executive overview. First, the price. The Jetson Orin Nano Super is $249, which makes it more affordable to a larger group of developers. Second, with the addition of a new 25-watt power mode, the Orin Nano Super can perform up to 70% faster. And third, support for the entire Jetson line is being extended to 2032. Question is, can you upgrade your existing Orin Nano dev kit to Super? Stick around and find out. NVIDIA provided this for review. Let's get our Orin Nano Super out of the box. Remove the cover sleeve. On one side of the box is the Jetson. On the other side, we have the instruction manual, along with the power supply and cord. The developer kit consists of three main parts. The plastic base holds the antennas and provides clearance for the underside of the board. The Jetson carrier board holds the Jetson module and provides I/O connectors. And the Jetson module holds the Jetson Orin Nano compute and memory elements. Let's remove the Jetson module and take a look underneath it. There are two screws that hold the module in place. Let's remove the screws. I hide the screws from the vacuum cleaner by putting them in this little cup. Next, disconnect the fan from the carrier board. It is a stubborn connector next to the sharp pins of the GPIO header. I found that the only way to remove it is to swear profusely. I won't show you that on camera. It's a trade secret. Now, release the springs holding the Jetson module in place. It pops up a little bit, and we can pull it out. Let's talk about the Jetson Orin Nano module first. Here is a top-down image of the Jetson Orin module without the fan heatsink. This is a system on module, or SOM for short. The Jetson Orin Nano module is available in two flavors. The first is the development kit version, which we are looking at in this video. The second is the production version. The production module is a little bit different and is meant for use in products. One of the major differences is that the dev kit uses a micro SD card for external storage. At the heart of the module is the Tegra Orin system on a chip. The idea behind a SoC is that by adding some external memory and some simple glue chips, you end up with a complete working computer. By integrating all of the compute functions into this one chip, you get much better performance and energy efficiency. The Jetsons are special in that a large number of programmable CUDA GPU cores are present on the Tegra chip. The connector on the bottom of the module is a 260-pin SODIMM connector. This is the connector which mates with the carrier board. The module is 45 by 69.6 millimeters, about the size of a credit card. The CPU has 6 cores and utilizes the 64-bit Cortex-A78 ARM architecture, version 8.2. The chip incorporates 1.5 megabytes of L2 cache and 4 megabytes of L3 cache memory. The GPU utilizes an NVIDIA Ampere architecture. There are 1,024 CUDA cores, along with 32 third-generation Tensor cores. For main memory, we have 8 gigabytes of low-power DDR5. It has about 25% faster transfer speeds than the previous generation LPDDR4X. The new Super 25-watt mode boosts memory throughput to 102 gigabytes per second. Jetson Orin Nano Super has 3 power profiles, 7-watt, 15-watt, and the new Super 25-watt. This, along with boosting the CPU and GPU clocks, increases performance from 40 to 67 sparse tops. It gives you a performance gain of up to 70% on your generative AI models. Let's look at the underside of the module. The cross-brace spring in the middle holds onto the thermal solution on the other side of the board. You can see the micro SD card reader. It is ultra-high speed, level 1. Now let's take a look at the carrier board. Top side first. The Jetson Orin Nano module has been removed. There are 2 MIPI CSI2 camera connectors 8x2 lanes. The connectors are 22 pins. That means that you will need a cable adapter if you're using a 15-pin interface. Next, we have the 12-pin button header. This header brings out system power, reset, UART console, and force recovery related signals. Notice here that we have an unpopulated area of the board, which appears to be ready for installation of a CAN bus header. Next, we have a 40-pin GPIO header. It's in a Raspberry Pi layout. It provides an interface to UARTs, SPI, I2S, I2C, and GPIO. Then we have the main connectors, 19-volt power input. It's a barrel jack. Then we have a DisplayPort connector, 4 USB 3.2 Gen 2 connectors, gigabit Ethernet, finally USB Type-C. It's an upstream facing port. Let's look at it from another angle. Left to right, power jack, DisplayPort, 4 USB 3.2 Gen 2 connections, an Ethernet connector, and USB-C. Let's flip back to our other view. There are 4 holes for mounting the carrier board. That's typically where you mount your dev kit to your project. The dimensions of the dev kit are 103 by 90.5 by 35 millimeters. The carrier board with the Jetson module is 100 by 79 by 31 millimeters, and it weighs 176 grams or so. Let's flip it over. On the underside of the board, there's a M.2 key E slot. It has a wireless card pre-installed. Then we have a M.2 key M slot. It's 2242. The 42 indicates that the board is 42 millimeters. 2 lanes PCIe. Then we have a M.2 key M slot. It's at 2280. This one's 4 lanes PCIe. All of the key M slots are Gen 3. The plastic base holds the antennas for the wireless card. On the software side, we have Jetpack 6.1. At this point, the software libraries on the Jetson are too long to list, but here are some. Jetson Linux 36.4.2, CUDNN, TensorRT, DeepStream, Isaac SDK, and OpenCV. All our friends are here. You're asking, can I upgrade my current Orin Nano dev kit to Super? The answer is, of course, it's the holidays. This is all the same hardware. You'll need to do a Jetpack upgrade. The upgrade should be available around the time that you see this. When you get your Jetson up and running, I'll cover that in an upcoming video. One of the first places to check out is the NVIDIA Jetson AI Lab. Here, you will find all the secrets to running AI on the Jetson. There are dozens of tutorials, benchmarks, and projects to bring you up to speed. In addition, there is a research group which pushes state-of-the-art AI onto the Jetson. Well worth checking out. It's demo time. For today's demo, we're using Open WebUI as a front end to Ollama. Ollama is using Llama 3.2 as the large language model. This is the 3 billion parameter version. Tell me a fun fact about Roman architecture. Notice how quickly it generates tokens here. The model is running on the Jetson itself. It does not need to be connected to the internet to do this. We can see it's using a lot of GPU. This might cause an overcurrent condition. The Jetson will throttle down a little in this case. This is a familiar LLM application. We'll ask another question. How does this compare to Greek architecture? With the 3 billion parameter model, we're using about 72% of the memory. This is a good size model for a machine with this much RAM. Working with a 7 billion parameter model requires a little bit of work. This is Jim from JetsonX.com. I want to thank you for watching the video. Hit like and subscribe if you feel so inclined. And happy holidays.